Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a loop? Maybe you keep finding yourself in the same type of draining relationship, or you keep making the same career missteps, or you react to stress in the exact same self-sabotaging way. Time and time again. It's frustrating, right? You tell yourself, this time will be different, but somehow, you end up right back where you started, feeling like you're starring in your own personal version of the movie Groundhog Day. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, there's a deep psychological reason for it. The brilliant Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung had a lot to say about this phenomenon. He believed that these repetitive, painful patterns aren't just bad luck or a sign that you're broken. Instead, they are urgent messages from a deeper part of yourself, calling out for your attention. So, what's really going on here? According to Jung, we aren't just the conscious person. We think we are the one who makes plans, sets goals, and tries to be rational. There's a vast, powerful world operating beneath the surface, the unconscious mind. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Think about that. What we often dismiss as fate, destiny, or just the way things are is actually our own unconscious mind pulling the strings, leading us down familiar, well-trodden paths. It's like having a secret co-pilot who has their own flight plan, and if you're not aware of them, they're the one flying the plane. These repetitive patterns are the signature moves of that co-pilot. They are the manifestations of unresolved issues, unlearned lessons, and unacknowledged parts of ourselves that live in our unconscious. One of Jung's most crucial concepts for understanding this is the shadow. The shadow is the part of our personality that we've chosen to reject and repress. It's home to all the traits we consider negative or unacceptable. Maybe it's anger, jealousy, laziness, or insecurity. Because we're taught from a young age to be good, we push these bad parts of ourselves into the dark, hoping they'll just disappear. But they don't. They live on in the shadow, and they desperately want to be seen and integrated. So, how does the shadow get our attention? Often, by projecting itself onto others. Have you ever been intensely irritated by a specific quality in someone else? Maybe you can't stand your coworker's arrogance or a friend's constant need for attention. Jung would suggest that this intense emotional reaction might be a clue. It is possible that what you're reacting to is a disowned part of your own shadow. You're not seeing them clearly. You're seeing a reflection of your own repressed arrogance or neediness. And here's where the loop starts. Because we haven't owned this trait in ourselves, we unconsciously seek out people and situations that embody it, forcing us to confront it over and over again. If you've repressed your own assertiveness because you were taught it's bossy, you might find yourself repeatedly attracting passive partners who force you to take charge, or overly dominant partners who steamroll you, leaving you feeling powerless. Either way, the universe, or rather, your unconscious is forcing you to deal with the theme of assertiveness. The painful pattern will continue until you finally turn inward, acknowledge your own capacity for that trait, and learn to integrate it in a healthy way. The pattern isn't the problem. It's a symptom. It's a recurring homework assignment from your psyche, and it'll keep showing up until you finally do the work and learn the lesson. Another key piece of the puzzle is what Jung called complexes. A complex is an emotionally charged cluster of thoughts, feelings, and memories centered around a specific theme, usually formed from early life experiences. Think of them as sensitive emotional buttons or sore spots in your psyche. For example, if you had a childhood where your achievements were constantly dismissed, you might develop a failure complex. As an adult, this complex can be triggered by any situation that involves evaluation, like a job interview or a performance review. When that button is pushed, the complex takes over. Suddenly, you're not a capable adult anymore. You're flooded with the old feelings of inadequacy and fear. Your rational mind goes offline, and you might stumble over your words, undersell your abilities, or even subconsciously sabotage the opportunity to confirm your deep-seated belief that you're destined to fail. This is your complex creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. You repeat the pattern of failure not because you're incapable, but because the unresolved emotional energy of the complex is running the show, recreating the original painful scenario again and again. So, how do we break free from these cycles? The answer, for Jung, lies in a lifelong process. he called individuation. This is the journey of becoming a whole, integrated individual. It's about turning your attention inward, exploring your own inner world, and courageously facing what you find there. The goal isn't to become a perfect person, but a complete one. The first and most crucial step is awareness. You have to stop blaming fate or other people and start looking at the common denominator in all your painful patterns. You start paying attention. Keep a journal. When you find yourself in that familiar, frustrating situation again, don't just react. Pause. Ask yourself, what is this feeling? Where have I felt this before? What part of me is being activated right now? This is how you begin to make the unconscious conscious. A powerful tool for this exploration is dream analysis. Jung saw dreams as direct communications from the unconscious. They aren't just random noise. They are symbolic stories. They reveal what's going on beneath the surface. Your dreams might show you aspects of your shadow, point out your complexes, and offer clues about what needs to be healed. Paying attention to your dreams, writing them down, and reflecting on their themes can be like getting a personalized roadmap to your own psyche. Another method is called active imagination. This involves consciously engaging with the figures or feelings that arise from your unconscious. You might have a dialogue with a figure from a dream or with a personified emotion like your inner critic. It sounds a bit strange, but it's a way to build a bridge between your conscious ego and the deeper parts of yourself, allowing for understanding and integration instead of repression. Ultimately, breaking the cycle of pain means embracing your own wholeness. It means having the courage to face your shadow, to acknowledge the parts of yourself you've disowned. This isn't about letting your dark side run wild. It's about integrating it. It's realizing that anger, when integrated, can become a powerful fuel for setting boundaries. Sadness can become empathy. Fear can become a source of courage. By owning these parts, you take away their power to control you from the shadows. You stop projecting them onto others and being drawn into the same old dramas. You start to see people and situations more clearly, as they are, not as a screen for your own inner conflicts. The painful pattern repeats because a part of you is wounded and needs healing. It's like a child pulling on your sleeve, trying to get your attention. You can ignore it, push it away, or get annoyed, but it will only pull harder. The only way to stop the pulling is to turn, look the child in the eye, and ask, what do you need? This journey of individuation isn't easy. It requires honesty, courage, and a willingness to be uncomfortable. It means taking radical responsibility for your life, but the reward is immeasurable. It's the difference between being a passenger in your own life, driven by unconscious forces you don't understand, and stepping into the driver's seat. It's the path to what Jung called the self-your true, whole, authentic center. The next time you find yourself repeating a painful pattern, try not to see it as a curse. See it as an invitation, an opportunity. Your unconscious isn't your enemy. It's your wisest guide. It's trying to lead you home to yourself. The repetitive pain is just the knock on the door. You just have to be brave enough to answer it. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into the depths of the human mind. See you next time.